We are finishing Perek Hamaniyach, the third Perek Shor Shanogach Dalet Behei, the fourth Perek, and Shor Shanogach Esapara, the fifth Perek, Gemora, Rashi, Tosfos. It's known in the place called Gefes. Gemora, Perush, Tosfos. Three very Yisraelistic Prakim to finish Gefes. It's taken over 2 years. Check back on
What is Gefes?
Gemora, Perush, Tosfos.
Oh, it's an acronym.
Acronym for Gemora, Perush, Tosfos. Gefes.
Where are you going to be reading from?
We're going to be reading from Daf Nun Hey Amid Aleph, 55A for those who have our schools.
Thank you. That's what I need to know.
Starting with which one? Where from? Where from the 55, eh?
We're going to be reading from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines from the bottom. The middle of the line, Boi Rachaba. I'll just give a little background. Since this doesn't seem to have too much to do with what we learned in this Perek, the last Mishnah in Perek Shor Shanogach Esapara, it's coming off of that we say by bor, even though the Torah says v'nafal shama shor o chamor. The Torah talks about an ox or a donkey falling into the bor, but we learn out from Sukkim that it's any animal, bird, etc. So the Mishnah lists 8 different things where even though the Torah seems to say shor, chamor, or behema, it really includes all domestic, wild animals, even birds. One of these is the dinam of klayim. Klayim, there's different types of klayim in the Torah. The one that we're most familiar with is shatnez, the mixing of linen and begotten. But there's also klayim in grafting 2 different species of trees, planting different types of seeds together. Then there is klayim megabi animals. There's 2 subcategories. One is the issue to crossbreed 2 types of animals. That is asur. It says in the Torah, "V'hem lo yisabia klayim," do not crossbreed your animals. And the other one is loisachlish b'shor v'chamor. That you're not allowed to have 2 different animals pull a plow or a wagon. So it's not so common, but there are stories of Gedolei Yisrael that they were going in a wagon that was being pulled by horses, and the wagon got stuck in mud, and somebody came by with a mule and wanted to help them out, and they said, no, you can't have the wagon being pulled by a horse and a mule. It's 2 different species. So it does come.
So a mule, what is that? It's isn't it
okay, I shouldn't have said mule. Donkey. Let's keep it simple. What a mule is another question. Very good.
top shooter?
So now the Mishnah said that there is a din of crossbreeding and of having 2 different types of animals pull something by domesticated animals, wild animals. If you want to have your chariot pulled by a lion and a tiger, probably a problem. And by birds, you want it pulled by an ostrich and what's another big bird?
Penguin?
Penguin. Okay. It's a problem. But the Mishnah did not discuss aquatic creatures. So that the Gemora, that Yirmiyah said in the name of Rish Lakish, the Bi'ar Girsa, that's the previous line, that if you crossbreed 2 marine creatures, it's also asur. You're not allowed to crossbreed 2 marine creatures. Now, the Gemara assumes from that it would be also asur to have 2 marine creatures draw your boat. Right? You want to have your boat, harness up your boat to a porpoise and a sea lion, that would be asur. That's also klayim. They're pulling your boat.
A shark and an orca would be better.
A shark
and an orca.
Okay, now we'll get into our question of whether an orca is climbing with a shark or not. I don't know.
What's an orca?
I'm not a marine biologist.
Those huge black and white ones.
That's a killer whale, and they eat shark.
Wait a second, a whale is a mammal.
Right, but there's
So that's a fish and a mammal. Wait a second, a shark is also a mammal. A shark is a mammal or a fish?
Shark is not a mammal.
No, it's a fish.
Shark is
It swims in the water, whether you call it mammal because it's warm-blooded, I don't know.
Okay, anyway, l'chayr, that would be climbing. Okay, but Rachba has a different question, a very interesting question. So we'll start by Boy Rachba. Hamanig be'iza d'shibuta. Now this person is very creative. He has a wagon that's going by Riverside Drive, and it's being pulled by a goat. And in the water, there's this fish called shibuta, and he's harnessed it both to the goat and to the fish, and they're both pulling the wagon at the same time. Okay, so what's the question? It's two different species, so it should be climbing. No, Rachba has a lumdisha question. Mao, mi amrina kiven de'iza leinoches biyam. A goat is never going to go down to sea. Mishibuta leisavet liyabasha, and this fish is never going to go up to the dry land. Loi krum of it is not doing anything. Two creatures that cannot coexist, even if you use them to jointly pull your wagon, it's not a problem.
Is that like time of the craw? The whole Isser's machmas, they might join together and do something
Very good. You're mechaben to the Rambam.
Well, maybe you're felt with Nor Nyachto. That's there, so that's the Pasuk Mandish.
The Rosh Yeshiva was mechaben to the Rambam. The
But
Rambam
that's
says
not the
in
word.
Mar Nevuchim that the reason that you're not allowed to lead two different animals is because you might come to mate them. So there are some Mefarshim that say that is the basis of this shaila over here. There are other Mefarshim that say other reasons, which we're not going to get into. Oidil mahashtamias kamanik doesn't make a difference. You're leading with two different species, even though they can never get together, it's still us. That was the shaila that Rachba asked, and in the end the Gemora was not patient to shaila. Now, Ravina wants to ask a question that you, Rachba, are entertaining a side that this might be considered klayim, even though each one is in a different domain. Very good. So, Maskib Rabina Elameyata Chiber Chita Usoira Biyada. Person takes a wheat seed and a barley seed. So if you would take them and plant them together in Eretz Yisrael, so that's an Isser of Klai Zoyim. That is awesome. In Chutz La'aretz Midiraisa, there is no Isser of Klai Zoyim. This is a mitzvah Atuya Ba'aretz, a mitzvah that has to do with the land, and Midiraisa does not apply in Chutz La'aretz. So if he takes this wheat seed and barley seed biyadei, the Zara Chita Ba'aretz Usaira B'chutz La'aretz, he plants the wheat seed. He's right by the border there. Right? Whatever the border is, that's a big machlekes. He plants the wheat seed in Eretz Yisrael and the barley seed in Chutz La'aretz. So Tosfos explains they just have to be within 3 tvachim of each other to be considered klayim. So are you going to say Hachinami de Mechayev? Are you going to say he's chayev, even though they're in two different domains? Of course he's not chayev. So what's your question? Of course you're not chayev by the case of the goat on land and the fish in the water. So the Gemara says, no, that's no question. Amri hachi hashta. What's the comparison? Hasam, over there by the seeds, Eretz makom chiyuva, Chutz la'aretz lo makom chiyuva. Eretz Yisrael is a place where there's an Isser of Klayim. Chutz la'aretz is no Isser Klayim. So that Soira, that barley seed in Chutz La'aretz, that doesn't come into the picture at all. So if half of the team is not there, so there's no Klayim. Hacha idi ve'idi chiyuvahu. The A's is on the land where it could technically be mated with a horse and be Klayim, and the Shibuta is in the water where it can be mated with your orca and be Klayim. So I have a shayla whether that's going to be Klayim or not. Hadrin olach shosh ragach es hapar. We're making a Siyum on 3 prakim, Aminiach, shosh nagach dalet behei, and shosh nagach es hapar.
You're putting a Siyum on 3 meaning?
3 meaning. Actually, it starts with bar, Aminiach starts with bar, and it basically ends with bar, so consider it to be one. Okay, 5 3 1. maybe I'll get another Gemora.
Sounds like it ended with mating.
Maybe. Yes, that could be a pitfall, but we won't discuss that.
What page? Yeah, you're listening? What page is this?
This is right after the Gemora, but since yours does not finish, your Gemora doesn't have the end of the Masechta, so you will not have the Siyum there. There's a Gemora there, I think Shruli's Gemora has it. If you want to follow the Siyum inside.
Now we can see him.
Okay, we ready? Hadron, Allah, Perek, Amaniya, Shosh, Nogach, Dalet, Behei, Shosh, Nogach, Sapara, the Hadron, Allah. Daiton, Allah, Perek, Amaniya, Shosh, Nogach, Dalet, Behei, the Shosh, Nogach, Sapara, the Daiton, Allah. Nafshi, Perek, Amaniya, Perek, Shosh, Nogach, Dalet, Behei, the Shosh, Nogach, Sapara, this is Nafshi, Minon, Loi Ba'alma Adain, the Loi Ba'alma Da'asi. 3 times. Hadron Allah, Perek Amaniya, Shosh Nogach Dalet Behei, the Shosh Nogach Sapara, the Hadron Allah. Daiton Allah, Perek Amaniya, Perek Shosh Nogach Dalet Behei, the Perek Shosh Nogach Sapara, the Daiton Allah. This is Nafshi, Minon, Perek Amaniya, Perek Shosh Nogach Dalet Behei, the Perek Shosh Nogach Sapara, the Naisis Nafshi Minon. Lo Ba'alma Adain, the Loi Ba'alma Da'asi. One more time. Hadron Allah, Perek Amaniya, Perek Shosh Nogach Dalet Behei, the Perek Shosh Nogach Sapara, the Hadron Allah. Daiton Allah, Perek Amaniya, Perek Shosh Nogach Dalet Behei, the Perek Shosh Nogach Sapara, the Daiton Allah. Like this Nafshi Minon, Perek Amaniya, Perek Shosh Nogach Dalet Behei, the Perek Shosh Nogach Sapara, the Naisis Nafshi Minon. Loi Ba'alma Adain, the Loi Ba'alma Da'asi. Yehi Ratzon V'Lefanecha Adonai Eloheinu V'Elokei Aviseinu Shebehei V'Ratzcha V'Naseinu V'Olam Hazeh V'Tehei Imanu V'Olam Haba. Chanina Bar Papa, Rami Bar Papa, Nachman Bar Papa, Achoi Bar Papa, Abamori Bar Papa, Rafram Bar Papa, Rochish Bar Papa, Surcha Bar Papa, Adar Bar Papa, Doru Bar Papa. Harev no Adonai Eloheinu es divrei Seirascha b'vinu u'b'fifiyos Amcha Beis Yisrael. ונהיה כולנו, אנחנו בצאצאינו, בצאצאי עמך בית ישראל, יראי שמך ולומדי סירסך, בערבי תחתמני, מצווסך כי לעולם יהי לי. יהי ליבי שמים בחוקיך למען לא אבד. לעולם לא אשכח פקודיך כי בו מכניסני. ברוך אתה אדוני מעבדני חוקיך, אמן, 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 סלע ועד. מועדים אנו לפניך, אדוני אלוהינו ואלוהי אבותינו, ששמת חלקנו מיושבי בית המדרש, ולא מיושבי קורונה, שאנו משכימים והם משכימים. אנו משכימים בדברי סלע, והם משכימים בדברים בטלים. אנו עמלים והם עמלים. אנו עמלים ומקבלים שכר, והם עמלים ולא מקבלים שכר. אנו רוצים והם רוצים. אנו רוצים לחיי עולם הבא, והם רוצים לבאר שחת. שנאמר, ואתה אלוהים תורידנו לבאר שחת, אנשי דמים ומרמה לא יחצו ימיהם, ואני אפתח בו. יהי רצון לפניך, אדוני אלוהי ושם, שזרקני לסיים פרקים, המניח שוש נוגח דלת בהי ושוש נוגח ספרה, כן תעזרני להזכיר מסכתות וספרים אחרים ולסיימו, ללמוד וללמד ולשמור ולעשות ולקיים את כל דברי תלמוד תורתך באהבה. זכות כל התנאים והמוראים ותלמידי חכמים יעמוד לי וזרעי שלא יתרמוש הטרור מפי ומפי זרעי וזרע זרעי עד עולם. תזכיים בי, וזלחך, תנחה, עוזך, ושבחך, תשמור עליך, והקיצייך היא תשיחך. כי בי ירבו ימיך, ויוסיפו לך שנות חיים, אורך ימים בימינו, ושמאלו, אושר וכבוד, אדוני עוז לעמו ייתן, אדוני יברך, ושמוי בשלום. I'm going to say the Kaddish. This is a special Kaddish we say. Yiskader v'yiskadesh shemei Rabbo Yolad hu asid v'yiskadasa Ul'achaya le'saya Ul'azaka yasor l'chayei olma U'yivei kartog Yerushalyim U'shach l'Allah echalei v'gada ומרכב בוחנה נוקעה מן הרע ולסבא בוחנה בשמיה לעשרי וימליך קודשה בייחוד ומלכוסי ויקרא בחיי כהן ובעיני כהן ובחיי בכל בית ישראל בעגלו ובזמן קריב דיברו אמן Yisador, Yisamet, Yisalom, Shnei, B'Kudsha, B'Ril, Eila Nikol, B'Rasa, B'Shirasa, Tushbechasa, B'Nechemasa, B'Yivon, B'Yaruma, B'Yimru, Amen. HaYisrael, B'Albanan, B'Al-Tamidehon, B'Al-Kol, Tamidehon, B'Al-Koman, B'Asikim, B'Araisa, B'Asra, Kadisha, Haden, B'Chol Asar, Asar, Yehidochoin, Uchoin, Shlomo, Rabo, Chila, B'Chizdo, B'Rachamim, בחיים אריכים ומזונו ובריחה וכל קדם וקדם אבואן ושמיה ויערה ויאמרו אמן אי שלמה רבו מן שמיה בחיים עולנו ועל כל ישראל ויאמרו אמן יעשה שלום ממנו ויעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ויאמרו אמן
London, I'd like to hear a word. He's a big public man. So we frame it in terms of genetics. How much credit can you take for your genetics? Hashem does it. So we're absolutely convinced that with Rob London's amazing comprehension and identification with all of Tosfos, not only here but all over Shas, that he must be descended from one of the Tosfos. We're absolutely sure. Now, it's another thing to come in every day to a Chavruta. Now, this Chavruta is a little unusual. We have between us 160 years and 4 hearing aids. Despite that, Rav London comes every day with great enthusiasm and patience. And we merit very much to have him teaching us, and we thank you very much.
Amen. Yashar Koach.